Happy Friday, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic, host of the Rush Hour podcast. I have an extra video for you today. You're welcome. It's Friday. I hope you're mailing it in at work. Blake Lively called out by Megyn Kelly at the Time 100 Gala. Why was Megyn Kelly there? I don't know. Time 100's most culture war pundit. I don't know. Either way, hey, she gets it right here. She's on the red carpet, and she calls out Blake Lively literally right after Blake Lively walked the red carpet. I'm going to share that clip, and then I'm going to share the president of Time magazine and what she had to say or didn't have to say in response to, why is Blake Lively even here? So we're going to get into all of this right now. Do me a solid. If you like this content, please hit the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. 57% of people that watch our channel are not subscribed. Double check, make sure you're subscribed. Sometimes it auto unsubscribes. Don't let the bad guys win. All right, so Blake Lively was honored or named as Time 100s, and Megyn Kelly slams it and calls it a ridiculous joke. Let's just go straight to it and share what Megyn Kelly had to say. Have a listen to this.
So who are you most looking forward to seeing tonight?
Well, I'm definitely hoping for some sort of a selfie in the distance with both Blake Lively and Meghan Markle, since they provided me with so many hours of content.
There's a lot of controversy right now with Blake being on the Time 100 list.
It's a ridiculous joke. She shouldn't be there. She has no influence over anything.
Now, I don't disagree with Megyn Kelly, but she comes off so hateful. You know what I mean? They're giving me so much to talk about. She comes off so hateful, but she isn't wrong.
Right. I mean, what do you think of when you read headlines like every day about her and Justin?
I mean, I think she launched a fake Me Too allegation against him, and she's lived to regret doing it because virtually every allegation she has made has fallen apart. And so for her to be honored for doing that, to try to ruin a man over absolutely nothing, is a scandal.
Yeah.
And obviously they're looking for big stars to come here and generate pages on their magazines, but that was very wrong.
Right.
You know, she does a good job. I mean, she calls it out for what it is. Time magazine is the Wheaties box for celebrities, right? It's like nobody cares about Time magazine unless you're the person of the year. None of this matters. Literally, the people that are big enough to be featured in Time magazine don't even want to go there. You know, Joe Rogan's, he's on the list. He's not going there. The only people that are there that need it for the red carpet appearance and to play that game.
Are you going to be avoiding her inside because she's expected to be here with Ryan?
I have a feeling she's going to be avoiding me. I won't be avoiding anybody.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. And what do you think of her new movie, Another Simple Favor? People are saying she's feuding with Anna. Do you believe that? Or?
I couldn't care less, but I do care when people bastardize Me Too allegations against, people who don't deserve it. And I think, notwithstanding the fact that they can lawyer up with very powerful PR people and lawyers and so on, we have to be very clear-eyed on what looks real and what doesn't, and call it out when it isn't. Otherwise, no one who's actually experienced these things is going to be believed.
Well, I mean, I got to give Megyn Kelly, hold on, this is going to hurt me to say, so much credit here for basically saying, we don't care about her movie, A Simple Favor 2 or whatever. Who cares? The point is, if she made up these Me Too allegations, which Megyn Kelly rightfully says pretty much every one of her allegations has been explained away, then she's bastardizing a movement. So this gets in the way of real victims. By standing up against somebody who made something up, if she did, you are clearing the path so victims have a sort of a highway, a transportation to get to the authorities, to get to the people that can help them, whether it be to share their story and be believed. It gets rid of the boy who cried wolf, if Blake Lively is that.
And what do you think of Hugh Jackman and Taylor Swift being dragged into this? Do you think it's unfair or?
Well, I mean, look, either Taylor Swift is her dragon or she isn't. I don't know. That's what Blake Lively says, so I guess I'll have to take her at her word, even though I really shouldn't. So if I were Taylor, I'd speak out about it. Obviously, she's reportedly distanced herself from Blake Lively. All right.
Yeah, there it is. So Taylor Swift deciding not to comment really at all publicly about this shows that she's keeping her distance. But it's very interesting stuff. Now, I'm going to get to several other clips, one of which here is Time's CEO and what she has to say. But first, let's go to a fan theory about how Blake Lively even made it to the top 100.
So for those of you who missed it, she was included in Time 100's most influential people in the world. I don't really know how she made it in, but sure, go for it.
As a titan of her industry, that's what she was included for, a titan. And of course, by the way, we know the latest titan was OceanGate. It was a submersible that sadly and tragically imploded while it was venturing its way to the Titanic. Much like Blake Lively's career, probably not going to make it back to the surface, but who knows, maybe. Tough analogy right there, but let's go to the rest of this clip.
She does this little speech and she's next to her mom. She's talking about her mom survived this horrible female-related trauma, which you all know is bullshit, because where was that speech when she was doing her press for It Ends With Us? So this is my version of how it went down. Ryan, I'm so upset. Like, you said that if we sued Justin Baldoni, like, it would be okay. And he's like, well, why were you such a incompetent bitch on your press tour talking about florals and Bring Your Girls? And she's like, but Ryan, your marketing company did that. That wasn't my idea. So on and so forth. Then she's like, you told me that this lawsuit was going to work, but it's not working. So I have an idea. We have this amazing opportunity at Time 100. Why don't I bring my mom and I'll convince her?
All right, so there's two ways of thinking, right? There's this idea that it's that pre-planned. And a lot of people say, yeah, no, I feel like that's exactly what happened. And then there's the probably more nuanced take, which is maybe Blake lives in such a delusional world where she believes she can co-opt these victimhood stories from other people and speak, towards that by saying, as a woman, I can relate to X, Y, and Z. Now, here's what's really scary. I want to share with you this right here. So Blake delivered the speech. We covered it on the Morning Rush. But look at this headline. Blake Lively delivers speech about abuse. Now, the abuse she spoke about was her mom's abuse at Time 100 Gala, alluding to Justin Baldoni legal battle. Now, the comma here is the most important part because Blake's speech had nothing to talk about her own issues with Justin Baldoni, right? She said, there's a lot that's happened to me in the last 2 years, but I'll save that for a later date in time. What I want to talk about is my mom who was abused. I'm summarizing. So you get headlines like this from USA Today, Brendan Morrow. And by the way, I don't want to throw Brendan under the bus. Chances are the title for this was written by the editor, but really bad work by USA Today. Super deceitful. Blake Lively delivers speech about abuse, alluding to Justin Baldoni legal battle. So they incorporate in the same headline, abuse and Justin Baldoni. This is not good. This is not good journalism. Shame. I don't know what else to say. I really don't know what else to say, but this is the reason people don't believe mainstream media or journalism. And again, I'm not blaming the writer here because I don't know who wrote the headline, but bad stuff. Completely disingenuous, not what it was about at all. So let's move it on. Here was an interesting piece that came from the Time stuff. This was a thread by some kind of nobody that was shared on Threads. In 2018, Mark and Lynn Benioff bought Time magazine from Meredith for $190 million as a personal privately owned asset, completely separate from Salesforce. Since then, Time has no longer been under a publicly held media company, reducing financial and operational transparency. While the Benioffs claim no editorial control, the private ownership has raised concerns about unseen influence and a lack of accountability in how the magazine is run. So this means nothing. Blake, no one cares. So the owner of Time is cousins with David Benioff, who wrote the script for the first Deadpool, which Ryan Reynolds rewrote his own lines for. David and his cousin who owned Time met up publicly at it. So there's a connection there based on who owns Time versus 1 or 2 phone calls away from Ryan Reynolds. Be that as it may, whatever that means, right? So here's Time CEO, and here's what she had to say about Blake Lively. Again, I mean, it's a tough, and by the way, in response to Megyn Kelly saying she thinks Blake Lively's going to avoid her, absolutely. Blake Lively's got a PR person that forges the path before Blake Lively gets onto that red carpet. If Blake Lively wanted to make sure that Justin Baldoni wasn't at her premiere, she is sure as hell going to make sure Megyn Kelly's not within 100 yards of her when she's doing her press run. There is going to be no confronting of her or hardball questions of Blake Lively, or questions at all. But here's what the CEO had to say about why is Blake Lively invited to this. Have a listen.
Just want to know about Blake, more about her being on the list. What is it? What makes her so special? And how did
I think she's having a great year, and our role is to be the humanities guide to trusted journalism. And so we're the storytellers. We've been telling stories for 100 years, and we're excited to tell her story.
And who are you most looking forward to seeing tonight?
Snoop Dogg, our host, Ed Sheeran, Miles Smith performing. I'm really excited to see so many that were at the summit yesterday and so many more that'll be here again tonight, and some new faces that are also on the list that are going to be part of the celebration. They'll be toasting, they'll be performing, and they'll be together in person with us as we build this community at Time.
Now listen, I have no beef with Time whatsoever. I just don't think they have any influence at all in the modern world. And I say that because my podcast was featured in Time magazine, the digital version, a couple years ago, and it didn't do anything. It didn't, I mean, it was nice to be like, oh, cool, we're featured in Time. But I just don't think it matters. I don't think people care. I don't think if anyone says, oh, Time magazine recommend, I just don't, it doesn't matter, right? So this is all sort of theater arts. It's kind of, it's almost like a dying industry, which is print journalism, right? Sort of trying to transition into the online marketplace by pulling in these movers and shakers. So I don't blame Time magazine at all for having Blake Lively. I really don't. They're trying, I mean, it's kind of like how Time Person of the Year, it doesn't always mean best person of the year. The person of the year might be the guy who sank the economy or put the country into a recession that was self-inflicted. That's still the most important. It's almost like the word of the year. It's again, it doesn't matter. None of it matters at all. But there it is. So she's in. I mean, but by the way, I mean, Serena Williams, greatest female tennis player of all time. Lauren Michaels, creator of the greatest sketch comedy show of all time. Simone Biles, greatest gymnast to ever be in the Olympics. These are Blake Lively in a several $100 million lawsuit. Blake Lively has racked up more legal bills than any other woman in history. That quite literally could be true. So either way, from the Titan of industry to the Titan submersible underwater, at least legally speaking, there's your Blake updates. I've got more. Yes, that's right. There's more. So do me a solid. Reward me by subscribing to my channel and you'll get more content. If we get 100 new subscribers today, I will make a weekend video for you. Put your money where your mouth is. Hit that like button an odd number of times. This afternoon's podcast will continue to discuss new lawsuits. That's right. There's so much to talk about. We're drinking water out of a fire hose today. New lawsuits in the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni case. New fraud being accused by Justin's side. We'll have all of that for you next.